Video we will be discussing certain important questions which are often asked in exam for 4 marks. Now what we have to solve for x and this particular equation is given and we don't have to apply the formula of sin inverse x plus sin inverse y. So in this situation what we will do is the procedure will be same in almost all the questions involving sin inverse. So I'll write this on this side and I will move this sin inverse to the other side. Now over here what we will do is, in place of cos inverse, can I write pi by 2 minus sin inverse x? Because we know cos inverse x plus sin inverse x is pi by 2. So that everything changes to sin inverse because all the other things were in terms of sin. So now this can be further written as sin inverse 1 minus x is equal to pi by 2 minus 2 sin inverse x, right? So then 1 minus sin x, if I take sine of both the sides, this will be sine pi by 2 minus 2 sin inverse x. Then 1 minus x is equal to sine 90 minus theta, which will be cos theta. We are in the first quadrant. Sine 90 minus theta will give me cos theta. So it will be cos 2 sin inverse x. Now again what we will do, to get rid of sine inverse, I'll put x as sin theta. So this will be 1 minus sin theta is equal to cos 2 theta. Then further I'll apply the formula of cos 2 theta in terms of sine. So this will be 1 minus sin theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square theta. 1 and 1 will get cancelled, minus and minus. So what we will have? So we will write it as sin theta. So this can be written as 2 sine square theta minus sine theta is equal to 0. So I will take sine theta common. So this will be 2 sine theta minus 1 is equal to 0. So then further sine theta will be equal to what? Sine theta will be equal to 0. Sine theta will be equal to half. We don't have to solve for theta. We only have to solve for x. So x is equal to 0. X is equal to half. Now again we will do the verification whether x is equal to 0 or half. Both satisfy the equation or not. If any one does not satisfy, we will say the other one is the solution, or if both satisfy, we will say both are the solution. Let's quickly check. If I put x as 0 over here, let's see whether it is satisfying. If I put x as 0 over here, will it satisfy? Just see. If I put x as 0, this will be sin inverse 1, this will be 0, this will be cos inverse 0 is, this will be cos inverse 0. Sin inverse 1 is pi by 2, cos inverse 0 is also pi by 2, hence both the sides are equal, so it means x is equal to 0 is the solution. Similarly, if I put x as half, so this will be sin inverse half, and then over here this will also be sin inverse half and this will be cos inverse half. So this will be pi by 6 plus pi by 6 and this we know is pi by 3. Pi by 6 plus pi by 6 will give me pi by 3. Hence both x is equal to 0 and x is equal to half are the solutions for this particular equation, right? So whenever we have two terms of sine, we will not apply the formula of sin inverse x plus sin inverse y. Rather we can shift and do it in this way. And very important question. Now what we have sin inverse 6 root 3x plus sin inverse 6x is equal to pi by 2. So what again I will do? I will write this sin inverse 6 root 3x over here and I will take this to the other side, sin inverse 6x. Now again pi by 2 minus sin inverse will give me cos inverse. So it will be cos inverse 6x. This is sin inverse 6 root 3x. I can take sine of both the sides. So it will be 6 root 3x is equal to sine of cos inverse 6x. Right? Now what we will do is, we will write it as 6x. We will put 6x as, what we will do, we will put 6x as cos theta. Since we have 6x over here and we need to get rid of this cos inverse, 6x will also change here. So what I will do, I will put 6x as cos theta. So this will be reduced to root 3 cos theta and this will be sine of theta. Because this 6x will be cos theta, cos inverse will get cancelled and I will get theta. Now since we have put it in terms of cos, So I will keep cos in the question and write sine as 1 minus cos square theta. This we can write. Now squaring both the sides will give me 3 cos square theta is equal to 1 minus cos square theta, right? So further if I solve, this will be 4 cos square theta is equal to 1. Cos square theta is 1 by 4. Then cos square theta was 6x. So this can be written as 36x square is equal to 1 by 4. So x square is 1 upon 144 and x will be plus minus 1 upon 12. Right? Now what we have to do, we have to check whether both x is equal to plus minus 1 by 12 satisfies this equation or not. So for the for seeing whether it is satisfied or not, let's put it in the original equation and check. I put it over here. Let's see what do we get. We will get this as sine inverse if I put x as 1 upon 12. So if I put it as 1 upon 12, this will be 6 root 3 upon 12, which will be root 3 by 2. Then further it will be sine inverse 6 into 1 by 12, which will be 1 by 2. So sine inverse root 3 is at, this will be root 3 by 2 and this will be sine inverse 1 by 2. Now root 3 value of sine is at 60 degrees, so it is pi by 3 and this is at 30 degrees, so pi by 6. So if I add up both, will I get 30 plus 60, will I get 90? Yes, so it is pi by 2. So it means 1 upon 12 plus satisfies. Let's check it for minus. Had it been minus, this would have been sine inverse minus root 3 by 2 and this would have been sine inverse minus 1 by 2. So minus root 3 by 2 value is at minus pi by 3 and this is at minus pi by 6, which is definitely not equal to pi by 2. Hence, minus 1 by 12 does not satisfy the solution, but x is equal to 1 upon 12 satisfies. So answer is x is equal to 1 upon 12, right? Next what we have, this question, tan inverse x whole square plus cot inverse x whole square is equal to 5 pi square by 8. Again, a very important 4-marker question has been asked in board exams. So what we will do, I'll write this as tan inverse x whole square, this as it is. In place of cot inverse, I'll write pi by 2 minus tan inverse x whole square, and this I'll keep as it is 5 pi square by 8, right? Now, if I open up the whole square, this is tan x whole square, a minus b whole square, so this will be plus pi square by 4 plus tan inverse x whole square minus pi tan inverse x is equal to 5 pi square by 8, right? If I apply the formula a minus b whole square, a square plus b square minus 2ab. Then what we will do, we will arrange this up. So it will be 2 times tan inverse x whole square minus pi tan inverse x. Then over here 5 square by 4 minus 5 pi square by 8 will give me 3 pi square by 8 is equal to 0. Then if I see this equation carefully, this is a quadratic equation in terms of tan inverse x. If I replace tan inverse x by t, I'll get a quadratic equation. So now we have to solve for x. So I'll just apply the formula. We will say tan inverse x is, if you remember the formula, it is minus b. So it will be pi over here plus minus b square, that is pi square minus 4a, and then we will have c, which is minus 3 pi square by 8, and this is 2a. So if I solve this up, let's see what we will get. We will get this as, if I solve this up, this will get cancelled. Pi square plus 3 pi square will give me 4 pi square, which if I open up the root will be 2 pi, and over here we have 4, right? So this further will be, if I add up, it will give me 2 answers. Tan x, if we add up, it will be 3 pi by 4, and if we subtract, it will be minus pi by 4, right? So these are the 2 values. So what will be x equal to? X will be equal to tan 3 pi by 4 and tan of minus pi by 4. It means my answer will be, from here it will be minus 1 and from here also it will be minus 1. So what is the answer for x? Minus 1. Let's put up in the solution question original equation and see whether it satisfies the equation or not. If I put tan inverse minus 1 over here, it will be pi by 4. So if we put x as equal to minus 1 over here, this will be tan inverse minus 1, which is pi by 4. So pi by 4 whole square will be pi by 16. Similarly, if I put x as minus 1 over here, it will be in the second quadrant. So we have to write pi minus pi by 4, it will be 3 pi by 4. So whole square will be 9 pi square by 16. So if I add up, it will be 10 pi square by 16. If I reduce, this will be 5 pi square by 8, which is the right hand side. Hence x is equal to minus 1 is the solution. Now we have next question. Again, very important question. This has been asked in a board exam in the year 2015. So very important question. What we have to do is we have to prove it is given to us that the left hand side is equal to right hand side. What we have to prove is we have to find the value of theta. Here theta is unknown. So let's start from left hand side. What do we observe over here in the left hand side? That this tan inverse can be written like this: 2 minus 1 upon 1 plus 1 into 2, plus this can be written as tan inverse 3 minus 2 upon 1 plus 2 into 3, and so on. This can be written as tan inverse n plus 1 minus n upon 1 plus n dot n plus 1, right? Now just try to observe. Can I write this as tan inverse 2 minus tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 3 minus tan inverse 2 plus tan inverse n plus 1 minus tan inverse n? Yes, of course, because if we cross check the formula, tan inverse x minus tan inverse y is tan inverse x minus y upon 1 plus xy. The same applies to all the terms. So over here, can we cancel certain terms? Yes, we can cancel. I can cancel this with this and so on. Now what do you observe? The first term is getting cancelled with the second term and so on, it will continue. So if I continue in this manner, I will be left with the first term here and the first term here, according to the pattern. So I can write it as tan inverse n plus 1 minus tan inverse 1, right? So now again I apply the formula of tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. So it will be x minus y upon 1 plus xy. And this everything is equal to what? Tan inverse theta. So that is why I need tan inverse over here, so that we can compare tan inverse on both the sides. Right, so this can be written like this. So it will be n upon n plus 2 is equal to theta if we compare both the sides. So theta is n upon n plus 2. So next question. Now we have again a very important question, has been asked in board exam. So it is tan inverse under root 1 plus x square minus under root 1 minus x square. So what I will do is, before substituting anything over here, this is given to be equal to alpha and we have to prove x square is equal to sine 2 alpha. So before substituting anything, what I'll do is I'll divide numerator and denominator by 1 plus x square in numerator as well as denominator. Now if I observe it closely, I can write it as tan inverse 1 minus tan inverse of this 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square. This is given to be equal to alpha. If I see the formula, tan inverse x minus tan inverse y, tan inverse x minus y upon 1 plus xy, right? Now, tan inverse 1, this will be my pi by 4, no problem. Over here, I'll put x square as cos 2 theta, because if I have 1 minus cos theta, 1 plus cos theta, I'll be able to solve it easily. So, this is pi by 4, this will be tan inverse 1 minus cos 2 theta and 1 plus cos 2 theta, right? Then further what I'll do, I'll just solve it up. 1 minus cos 2 theta will be 2 cos square theta and 2 sin square theta, and this will be 2 cos square theta. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. What I'll get tan. So it will be tan inverse tan theta. Half angle formula if I apply. So this will be pi by 4 minus theta is equal to alpha. What we have to prove? We have to prove that x square is equal to sine 2 alpha. Now in place of theta, what will I put? What was my theta? From here if we see, x square was cos 2 theta. So if I put back theta, what will I get? So theta will be cos inverse x square by 2. That will be theta. First of all, we will take cos inverse of both the sides, then 2 will go to the other side. So over here I will write cos inverse x square upon 2 is equal to theta. Right? Then what we will do further? Then we will write it as we will write cos inverse x square by 2 on one side, or I can take it to the other side. This will be on the other side and this will be pi by 4. This 2 will be here minus theta. Right? Then which can be written as pi by 2 minus 2 theta. If I take this 2 inside, then I'll take cos of both the sides. So it will be x square is equal to cos of pi by 2 minus 2 theta. So what is cos 90 minus theta? You are right, it is sine theta. So what do we get from here? Over here it was alpha. So this was alpha and this was alpha. So this will come out to be alpha, right? So x square is equal to, such very important question, 4 marker. This has been asked in exam a couple of times. Again, what we have, tan pi by 4, a 4 marker question. So tan pi by 4 plus some expression, tan pi by 4 minus the same expression. We have to prove it equal to 2b upon a. So now what I will do is, if I observe these two expressions are same. So what I will do, I will substitute these expressions as something. So over here we can substitute it as theta. So what we will get tan pi by 4 plus theta plus tan pi by 4 minus theta. So we have to prove this expression to be equal to 2b upon a. So I will start from LHS. Now once I have this, can I apply the formula of tan a plus b and tan a minus b? So over here it will be tan a plus tan b upon 1 minus tan a, tan b. The same thing over here, tan a minus tan b upon 1 plus tan a, tan b. Right? So tan pi by 4 can be written as 1 plus tan theta upon 1 minus tan theta. And this can be written as 1 minus tan theta upon 1 plus tan theta, right? Now further what we will do? We will simply take the LCM and solve as usual. So if I take the LCM, what will I get? 1 plus tan theta whole square. And this will be 1 minus tan theta whole square. And over here a minus b, a plus b, so 1 minus tan square theta. Now let's solve the numerator. If I solve the numerator, what will I get? So we will get this as 1 plus tan square theta. If I open up the whole square, a plus b whole square. This is 2 tan theta, 1 plus tan square theta minus 2 tan theta. And in the denominator, we have 1 minus tan square theta. So over here, these two will get cancelled. So I have 2 plus 2 tan square theta, which I will take outside. So it will be 1 plus tan square theta upon 1 minus tan square theta, right? Now just see what we have. Now over here, what did I substitute? I substituted this half cos inverse a by b is equal to theta. So from here, can I say this a by b, first 2 will go to the other side, is equal to cos 2 theta, right? So what is the formula of cos 2 theta in terms of tan? 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. So a by b is this, and this is reciprocal of this. So in place of this, can I write b upon a? And hence the result. Next question, again an important question, has been asked in board exam. Now what we have to prove that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. So if we observe at this particular question, and if I have to prove both the sides are equal, what I can do is, I can say, I take cos of both the sides. So it will be cos 2 tan inverse under root of a minus b upon a plus b. Tan x by 2 is equal to a cos x plus b upon a plus b cos x. I can prove this result also. So I'll start from left hand side. Now what I'll do is, in place of this whole thing, I can put it as tan theta. So I'll put a minus b upon a plus b to start with, into tan x by 2 as tan theta, so that tan inverse can get cancelled. So it is cos 2 tan inverse tan theta. So I'll have cos 2 theta, right? Then for cos 2 theta, I have a formula 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. So now I know my tan theta is here, so I can put back the value. So what I'll do, I'll write it as 1 minus square of this whole expression, right? So it will be a minus b, a plus b, and this is tan square x by 2. And this is 1 minus a minus b, a plus b, tan square x by 2. Now let's quickly take the LCM and solve it up. So simple, we have to do the solving part. So it is a plus b, this is minus of a minus b, tan square x by 2, and this is a plus b minus a minus b, tan square x by 2, right? Now let's open up the brackets and take a common on one side and b common on one side. So over here, if I take a common, what will I get? I'll get 1 minus tan square x by 2, right? Then if I take b common, I'll get 1 plus tan square x by 2. Similarly, if I take a common here, I'll get 1 plus tan square x by 2, and if I take plus b common here, I'll get 1 minus tan square x by 2, right? So this is all we will get if we simplify. Now what I'll do is, I'll just divide the numerator and denominator by 1 plus tan square x by 2. And let's see what do we get. We will get a 1 minus tan square x by 2. Why did I think of this? I'll tell you. X by 2, and this will be b, because we are dividing by 1 plus tan square. This will be a and this will be b, 1 minus tan square x by 2 upon 1 plus tan square x by 2, right? Now, just try to think within bracket. This is the formula of cos 2 theta, or over here it is x by 2, so the formula will be of cos x. So I can write a cos x plus b and a plus b cos x, right? So this will be the right hand side for this particular question. Next question what we have. Now again a very important question has been asked in board exam. So it is given y is equal to cot inverse under root cos x minus tan inverse under root cos x, and we have to prove sin y is equal to tan square x by 2. So what we will do is we will start with the whatever given part, whatever is given to us. So over here, what do I observe? Since I have this as cot inverse under root cos x, what I'll do, I'll just add and subtract the same thing. So we will have it like this, right? So I'll add and subtract so that over here I can write pi by 2 and this will become 2 tan inverse under root cos x, or we can write in place of cot inverse x pi by 2 minus tan inverse under root cos x, the same thing. Now the whole thing is in terms of 1. So what I'll do, I'll just simplify this further. So we will take this 2 tan inverse root cos x on one side and this will be pi by 2 minus y. Then we can bring